Hey, what's up, guys? It's Odidi Diego, and today I have a vinyl unboxing plus a quick little update for the channel in general. As you notice, I haven't really been uploading, and that's because, you know, I've been busy as hell. I have like three different jobs at this point, but we'll talk about that as we go along. But today we're unboxing Mos Def's Black on Both Sides, and yeah, as you guys know, Mos Def was in the limelight, I guess you could say, for criticizing Drake, right? This was like a few months ago at this point, or a month or two ago. My timeline of has just been shifted a lot, but Mos Def was relevant for a while because he said some very critical things about Drake, and Drake is in the limelight right now because of the recent, you know, this by Kendrick Lamar, my favorite rapper, right? But in summary, I really don't think what Mos Def said was harsh. He was just being critical. He was just criticizing Drake's style of reaching for, the charts, reaching for the, the numbers game, right? Which, Mos Def isn't wrong, but I don't think it makes Drake less of an artist. You know what I mean? So although he was pretty harsh, and I think he like went back on what he said, I think there's something to be said about Mos Def's criticism of Drake, which isn't really talked about, right? I really enjoy Drake's music. He's one of my favorite artists because he's so fun to listen to, right? It's like Mos Def said, it's mostly like a quick. The way I see it, it's more of like fast food, right? Like everybody likes fast food once in a while. Whereas, like, if you have a sit down, like a homemade meal with more substance, right, it feels more fulfilling. And that's how I see Drake. Not that he's less of an artist, but it's just his music doesn't really have a lot of substance as something like this would, Black on Both Sides, which I think is one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time, honestly. It's insane how ahead of his time he was when he released this, when he made this. I believe it dropped in 99. Yeah, here it says 1999. But this album is insane. A lot of what he talks about in this album is very relevant to what we see nowadays. Um, and I don't, I was born in 99. That's why I have this hat that says 99, right? The World Series. But like, I don't know what the perception was of this album when it came out, but it's just me personally, I don't really hear a lot of people talk about it, unfortunately. Which, I think this album is better than a lot of people's whole discography. You know what I mean? But, anyways, here's disc one. This is side A right here. And then side B. And just a quick update in general about the channel. I've been very busy. I've done a lot of things. I'm finally in a career job, right? So that's been taking up the majority of my time. Plus, I started a new social media venture. You guys don't have to check it out, right? But I'd appreciate it. I'll drop the link in the description. I really don't want to edit this video at all. That's why I've had this record for months, but I've just been sitting on it. But I think if I make them very straight to the point, I don't have to edit. But here's side B. I mean C, my bad. Oh, yeah, side C. And then side D. But yeah, my life has taken such a dramatic shift that, I'm more focused on work, like work, work, work. And, this channel of mine, I do have a lot of love for it. Don't get me wrong. But it's just, it's not generating, income. It's more of a hobby. It's more of a side project, of a passion. But, I still have love for it, like I said. It's just that right now I'm focused on other things. And here you have this sheet, the thank you sheet. And I'll read it because it's super tiny. But I'll show it first. It's Mos Def. thinking? Is he pondering what I'm pondering? Right? Let's see. I really like the font, but it says, "Thanks. All thanks and praises are due to Allah, the words of the worlds, the master of judgment, the architect of creation, the ruler of mankind, the eternal, the irresistible, who is without peer or opponent. There is no one who resembles him, and he is capable of what he wills. The most righteous of us cannot add an iota to his kingdom, and the most wicked of us cannot take anything from it. We have no escape from you but to seek refuge in you. I thank you. Oh, there you go. I thank you for my parents. They are my guidance, protection, and the best friends I will ever have. May Allah give you mansions in paradise. Amen. Thank you for what the hell? Thank you for my children who opened up my heart to things that the English language is too weak to describe. My family, the Smiths, the Tollers, and the most powerful Indian Marys who lead both. Elders for counsel, young men, and the next. Amen. Whoever hears this and hears good, know that it's from Allah. Whoever hears this and hears bad, know that it is from me and my own shortcomings. And for this, I ask Allah and the people to forgive me. Thank you for spending your money. Oh, what the hell? Yeah. I I lost. It's so small font that I lost the sentence, but I missed. It said, "Yeah, thank you, young men, for war, gun ready to the believers all over the world. May Allah soften our hearts where they are hardened, strengthen them from when they are weak, show us in the middle course, and grant us light in this world and the next. Amen." And then it says, "Thank you for spending your money and most importantly, your time to listen. Insha'Allah, it is a benefit to you." This album is dedicated to Asara, Mutulu Shakur, Fred Hampton Jr., Mumia Abu, Jamal, Russell Schultz, Sundiata Akol, and all those who have lived and died in the pursuit of justice and freedom. Free the land. Last but not least, I'd like to thank the producers for their talent, their patience, and their input on this project. God bless. Special thanks to Weldon Irvine for everything. I'm glad that I know you. When I grow up, I hope I'm like you. For all the Rocket staff, for their energy, efforts, and time, and all the staff at Sony, Chung King, and every other studio that has experienced the displeasure of my company in the last year. Thanks. God bless. So, speaking of substance, I think that was like very, very, very like full of wisdom, right? Even though it was just like a thank you to everyone involved. And here in the back is writing credits, song credits, I should say. It's just so tiny. It's like I don't think you'll be able to capture that. But yeah, this is cool. I really like this thank you note. Um, as a fan of this album, this is another layer of Mos Def's genius, right? Something more behind the scenes that true fans could appreciate. So, and I really appreciate this. I think you can dissect this thank you note, even further and just be able to dive deeper within it. It's like I said, I think Mos Def is very intelligent. He's very full of substance, and a lot of the music he talks about now is very, very, very relevant. Um, it just seems like, as sad as it may be, some things in life don't change. Um, and for example, like the song New World Water, he's talking about water, but he asks his audience, like, do you really understand where your water comes from? And he kind of breaks down the whole water industry and how it's it's insane. And correct me if I'm wrong, but he just talks about how it's insane that people have to pay for water in the first place. That in high school I listened to this album, and that's something I never questioned. Um, and for me, this album seems like he's kind of like Neo, right, in the simulation, and he's just like being very prophetic about the things in life that we don't really think about. Um, like obviously I can't say it, but this song with Q-Tip, uh, this one, and I'm not trying to get canceled, but like that song's very relevant, especially with the whole Black Lives Matters movement. Rock and roll, like I had no idea rock and roll came from black artists initially. You know what I mean? And like they kind of bastardized what rock and roll was and made it their own. You know what I'm talking about, right? But even Umi says, right? That's a very, 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 very powerful song that even Drake brought up during their whole beef. And he kind of told Mos Def, like, what did Umi say again? Because in the song, he's speaking about positivity and being more of an uplifting person, I believe. Um, Because he says, my Umi said, shine your light on the world, right? Talking about being more positive in general. And it's funny, Drake brings his own music up to kind of reflect, like, what did Umi say again? But no, overall, I think this album is top notch. Honestly, I I truly put this album perhaps in my top 10 greatest albums of all time. Um, it's amazing and beyond the substance, right? Like the music is amazing on this album. Um, and maybe I'm speaking out of line, but anything Mos Def has done as far as solo projects, I don't think come close to this. Um, I think this is his best album, and for it being its first major distributed album, like he knocked it out of the park. And I mean, uh, I honestly consider this on par with Illmatic with Nas, right? So I don't know. For me, Mos Def will always be, a hip hop champion. Um, so as a fan of hip hop, I feel like I could appreciate music like this and music like Drake's, right? I don't really pick sides when it comes to that because overall I'm a fan of hip hop. So uh, when it comes to Drake versus Kendrick versus J. Cole, I don't really pick sides because as a fan, I'm excited to listen to every song by them and like kind of like analyze their music and whatnot. But yeah, I know I'm probably diving too deep into all this, right? Hip hop. But that's how Mos Def makes me think in terms of music and life and the grand scope of things. But maybe I'm just uh, maybe I was trying to connect it to the Kendrick. I was like I remember he was conflicted type shit. But no, maybe I'm just over analyzing things that aren't really there in the first place. But I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I truly don't plan on editing this at all. I'm just gonna, raw dog it and upload it to the channel. But things are gonna be like that for a while. I don't want to put the channel on hiatus or anything because, it's never. I don't think I have the crowd to do so, right? But yeah, I just wanted to check in with y'all and kind of let you know why things haven't been posted. But I will have some puzzle albums. One of the brothers from The Garden, if you guys are familiar with that band, I did buy two of his albums, um, Exhale and this other one that I already forgot about. But yeah, honestly, at this point, I'm gonna just drop shit when I feel like it. I'm not gonna be consistent at all. But yeah, I hope you guys stick along for that. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys have a dope day. Like, subscribe, comment. You already know the deal. But yeah, peace out.